Then I have the Fjellduken Hunter, which is, and I haven't used this a lot, but as you can see, it comes with a little hood, waiting for animals that you're gonna hunt. It's a really nice piece of kit, because it gets cold. Like when you get to the location where you're gonna hunt, you're all warm from hauling all your stuff, and then you get there and then you start cooling down. And you can even wear it as a little dress. But sitting in a hunting tower with this on definitely makes a difference. Absolutely.
So, and also you can put it over your head, yes?
Yes.
Can you show it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, extra clothes in...
It is. And you're probably wondering that the only clothes I'm kind of hauling is gloves, a hat, and a scarf. Because how the hell is that going to keep you warm? But in combination with my sleeping gear, which this is my summer sleeping bag, suddenly I have a down jacket. And if I add on the Fjellduken, which was that shelter thing, which also have holes for your arms, then I have rain gear as well, and it adds on extra heat.
Amazing.
It is actually.
Let's start with your survival kit.
Yes, this is basically the heart of everything. If I have to bring only one thing to the forest, it's going to be this, because I can do the same with this that I can with all this other stuff. It's just going to be harder and it's going to be colder, but basically I can solve a lot of problems with this. And one thing, when you guys are building a survival kit, just start one place. Start with fire making, and make it perfect, or as perfect as you feel comfortable with, and then go on to the next subject. So for fire kit, fire things are, how do you say, like most of your survival stuff has to be dual use or triple use, but it's completely the opposite with fire kit. You have to have like 2 or 3 ways to light a fire, because it is so damn important to stay warm. So that's the only piece of the kit that's not dual use. It's actually the other way around. And I have, again, if I could only carry one thing, it would be this, but it's not easy to use a fire steel. It's not the best way, but it's the most sturdy piece of equipment. It can get wet and still work. It's not gonna break. It's not gonna run out of fuel or anything. So this is the heart of the fire kit. But why make it hard? Bring a lighter. Bring 2 lighters if you want, because that is just the easy way. And if you use the lighter to light a little tea candle, then you have forever to light a fire with that tea candle. So you're not going to wear out gas. You're just going to use the gas from the lighter once to light it, and then you have more or less forever to light a fire. Not a lot of people bring a tea candle. I do. It makes perfect sense for me, but we're all different. And matches. And that's just waterproof matches. It has the striker on the outside, which I don't like, so I put a striker on the inside as well, to keep it from wear and tear, and also to keep it protected from water. The last part, which is something that I came along by accident, and it is really a game changer. It is a straw that can be used for a whole bunch of things, but it's actually to blow on your embers on your fire, to make it go, to add oxygen to your fire. A fire needs 3 things. It needs heat, it needs oxygen, and it needs some sort of combustible material. This one will provide the oxygen, and it doesn't burn because it's made out of metal, and it's just handy. It doesn't wear out, it doesn't break. I cannot emphasize how much I like this. It's really an awesome piece of kit. And if we light a fire in one of our next videos you're gonna see the difference. It can make a little ember turn into a flashing hot fire in seconds. It's awesome. Way better than waving a piece of cardboard or a piece of wood or whatever. This is a game changer. And it's cheap, it's simple, and it works every time. Okay, so this fire went out like half an hour, 45 minutes ago, but we might have a little ember in there. So we'll see if we can. And if we added on some fresh fuel, some smaller twigs, this would be a fire in a few minutes, like a big fire. Also, there's another thing I have in my fire kit, but I used it, so I have to replenish my fire kit. It's some sort of combustible material to get a fire going fast. And that could be like these little cubes for starting a barbecue. It's like some sort of synthetic material that has been doused with some sort of flammable liquid, and then it's wrapped in some sort of plastic wrapper, so it's completely sealed. And there are a whole bunch of different of those, and they're really cheap. I think a box with 500 of those are like $4 or $5. So why not have one or two of these? Because when you need a fire, you need it fast, usually. That would be tools. I have a knife. This is like the main tool, is your knife. So it has to be functional, it has to be sturdy, because it has to be able to take some sort of abuse. This one was actually made by a guy in Germany, a knife maker, a young knife maker. He was 23 at the time. His company is called ForgeWorks. We're gonna put it in the link, in a link below. But he was a young guy who was so dedicated about making knives that he started his own company. And now I do believe he is making and selling a lot of knives, because he makes them aesthetically really nice. I like the shape of the blade. I like the handle. I like the sheath. It's just, and it does look sort of like post-apocalyptic, which is also an aesthetic thing, but that's just me. I don't like wooden handles. I don't like shiny blades. I don't like leather sheaths. I just like stuff that won't break, stuff that won't wear out.
Stuff what will gonna last.
Exactly, because this is my go-to guy if I'm in a bad situation. I could use it for making camp, cutting wood, batoning wood, which is splitting wood with a piece of wood where you bang on the backside of the knife, and so basically it turns into a little axe without the whole swinging motion that you have with an axe. So you won't have all these accidents, and you can do more precision work with a knife. So
can you show me the clip?
Yes. It comes with a little easy belt clip, and you can move it to the other side.
So it's on screws.
Yes.
And it's quite nice. Yes.
And but you don't need like a $300 knife. You can have like, as long as it is sturdy and it works and you're comfortable with it, and it has a size and a quality that makes it usable for like hard work. That is the main thing. So it's not about brand names, it's just about decent quality and being used to that particular instrument. A multi-tool is not necessarily a must-have. I just really like it because when I go hunting I need something if I need to repair or tighten some screws on my rifle. So this one comes with an adapter and you can put on little bits. It's really simple. It's from Gerber. It has all the basic stuff in there, and it has the pliers. But why this is my go-to thing is because I can use the screw bits for repairs. I use that for sharpening my knife. Not really a big thing. There's a whole bunch of different ones you can get. This is just the one I like. And if I could choose between an axe and a saw, I will always choose the saw for precision work. Basic folder, not much to it. I'm gonna close it up so it doesn't scratch my sleeping system. So that was the tool part. Just gonna put these away. Then I have some survival fishing nets. Those are really cheap, really simple, and
completely illegal.
Well, in a survival situation anything is legal, but they're not used for recreational fishing. These are used if you're in a bad situation and you need food. This one I believe is 15 meters, which is 45 feet long, and 2 or 3 feet tall. And you just put it out between 2 sticks in the water, wait a few hours, and then you go get fish. And I know it works. Oh, it works. It works awesome. I've tried that in a different country, of course, because that would be violation of something. The next category is what I call attaching, because this is bank line, which is smaller than paracord, because paracord tends to take up a lot of room. And for heavier duty stuff, I have paracord. And for little repairs, I have normal electrician's tape. So we can call that lines and tape, or we can call it attaching stuff. Then what I would call sanitation. This is my bathroom. It is toilet paper cut up. It's hand sanitizer for after doing my dirty deed, and it's bio bags, because like what I bring into the forest I take with me out of the forest, to keep the forest a nice environment for other people to be in, and also not to leave too many tracks of my presence. So this is my bathroom. Goes in the health and toiletries department, and just to have some place to put my mosquito net that goes in that department as well. That's a regular net just to put on your head, because when I go hunting in Sweden, they have these little tiny mosquitoes, and you cannot function without a mosquito net there in the summertime. It's just impossible. And also when you go fishing, it's usually by a lake, and what's by lakes? Mosquitoes. It is an important thing. And when we're at the whole health department, my chapstick, because I get really dry lips, and when the sun is out, I can't go anywhere without a chapstick. I have one in my left pocket as well all the time. And then a large
Plastic bag?
Yeah, like a waste bag, and it has tons of uses. It's basically just about being creative. You can make a mattress if you fill this up with dry leaves. We have dry leaves all over the place, and so that could be a mattress, a makeshift mattress. But it can also be used for picking up a whole bunch of water that you need to clean if you have a long way from camp to a water source. It could be used, you can open it, cut it open, and use it as a tarp.
Or put all your gear if it's like wet or stuff like that.
Exactly. Another thing that I usually have in here, but I'm looking for a bigger one, is like the space blankets, like the tinfoil blankets, also for making a shelter. And I choose the ones that has a green outside and a silver inside. Usually it's gold outside for signaling and silver for reflecting heat. I just like to have the green outside so I can make a surreptitious camp, a sneakily camp. So there's the camo part in that as well. Then I always carry 2 flashlights, but not today because it's on my gun, the other flashlight. A headlamp is a necessity to have, and they come in many shapes and forms. I'm not going to get into that, but have a headlamp and have 1 or 2 sets of extra batteries. And since 2 is 1 and 1 is none, always have another option for a flashlight, because being able to see is pretty important. So instead of having a normal flashlight as my secondary flashlight, I have a gun light, a light that attaches to guns, because then I don't need to carry a third light if I'm out boar hunting in Sweden at night, which is perfectly legal. So it doubles as a handheld flashlight as well. What we would call personal protection equipment consists of these. Also, the only really use is for hunting, but I always have them in my survival kit. The second part of the personal protection equipment would be a pair of ballistic shades, basically sunglasses, because there are situations where you can't function without sunglasses. In the heavy snow, you have the reflection from the snow. If the sun is like it was a couple hours ago. So glasses and hearing protection. For most of you guys, the hearing protection part is not going to be a thing. For me, it's just nice to have. We're all different. We all do different stuff in the wild. And Least but not last, and not last actually either, is my compass. I need to know where I'm going, and I need to know how to get home. Compass instruction is something that we can make a whole video about. Navigation is not by any means easy. Then I have, which also go in the sanitation part, I have a survival straw. And this is a really tiny one, and I like it because of the size. And actually, if I were in a situation where there were water between some rocks and I couldn't reach it, I could jerry-rig something up with this straw, attach it to the filter, make it completely sealed with the tape and all that. So like, stuff complements each other in this kit. That's what I'm going for. Then I have another thing that I find useful is signaling, the signaling part. I have different colors of snap lights, chemical lights, party lights, call them what you want, and a whistle. A whistle is a way of giving off a whole lot of sound without a very big effort. And in emergencies that can come in really handy. I chose a plastic one because it's sturdy and it doesn't rust. And these also, if we were in a situation where laws and regulations were not a thing, you could attach these snap lights to the fishing net, making it more attractive for fish. And that also works, I have heard. So that was basically my survival kit, and as I said, like I mentioned a few things that are not in there right now, and that's for a reason, because I'm rebuilding the whole kit. So except from what you see here, there was supposed to be a space blanket as well, and there was going to be my gun light and batteries for that as well.
So that's it. Thank you very much for today. And let's hope to see you soon again to film one more video.
Absolutely.
So say hello. Bye bye.
Bye bye.